I call to order this meeting of the Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees in regular session on Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, in the boardroom of the Administration Building, 3920 Mickey Gilley Boulevard, Pasadena, Texas, at 5:30 p.m. Welcome, everyone. Board members present: Ms. Paola Gonzalez, Ms. Crystal Davila, Joe Campos, he's about 10 minutes behind, he'll be here. Mr. Kenny Fernandez, Mr. Marshall Kendrick, Nelda Sullivan, and myself, Casey Phelan. There are no board members present. Let the record indicate that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting is duly called, and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Codes, Chapter 551. At this time, we invite you to stand, remove your hats for the invocation and pledges. Pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, as we begin this new school year, we come before you with humble hearts and grateful spirits. Thank you for allowing us to be here tonight and for giving each of us the opportunity and responsibility to serve the students, the families, the teachers, staff, and the communities of our amazing school district family. We recognize that this responsibility is greater than any one of us and that we cannot do it well without you and your guidance and grace. Lord, as we begin the 2026-2027 school year, I ask that you give us wisdom beyond our own understanding. Help us to listen before we speak, to seek understanding before we make decisions, and to always remember why we were entrusted with this responsibility in the first place. Remind us that behind every policy, every budget decision, every campus, and every discussion is a child, a student who deserves the very best opportunities we can provide. Give us the courage to make the difficult decisions when they are necessary, the humility to admit when we may be wrong, and the strength to stand for what is right, even if it's not the easiest path. Please bless our superintendent, the administrators, principals, teachers, counselors, support staff, and every person who walks through the doors, our schools each day. Give them patience, energy, encouragement, and the resources they need to do their jobs well. Protect our students and our staff. Keep our campuses safe, give our educators the ability to recognize not only the academic needs of our children, but also the personal struggles, challenges, and hopes that they may carry with them into our classrooms. As we begin this new school year, Father, I ask you to guide our conversations, our decisions, and our actions. Give us wisdom when there are difficult choices, patience when there are disagreements, compassion when people are hurting, and courage when we need to do what is right. May this be the school year filled with safety, growth, achievement, opportunity, and hope. And may we work together to make meaningful differences in the lives of our children entrusted in our care. We place the school year, this district, this board, and most importantly, our students in your hands. Guide us, protect us, and give us wisdom. And help us always remember that we are here to serve. In your name we pray. Amen. Please join me in the pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
They lose flags on us.
Yeah, they did.
This brings us to the public comments according to policy BED local with a 30-minute allotment. This portion of our agenda allows for speakers to directly address the board. To respect the privacy rights of our community, we kindly ask that you do not name specific employees or students during our comments. This applies to both positive and negative remarks. Please use your job titles instead. Please also ask all participants to refrain from using profane or vulgar language to ensure a professional environment for everyone, especially our students. Speakers will be called to the podium in order of sign up. If you are not in the room or do not respond when called, the board president will move to the next speaker. Because this is a public comment forum, the board's ability to converse with you directly is limited by law. However, trustees may share factual information or reference existing district policies in response to your comments. To ensure a respectful experience for all attendees, audience participation is limited to this scheduled public comment window. If your comments concern a specific student or employee issue, we highly encourage using the district's official grievance process, policies DGBA, FNG, or GF. While you are welcome to choose either public comments or the grievance path, the grievance process allows us to resolve the issues at the lowest level possible. Additionally, when an official grievance reaches the board, trustees are legally permitted to fully engage and respond to you. Each person will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Ms. Gonzalez will keep time and will indicate when you have 1 minute left and when your time has expired. This evening, we have Mr. Robert Jeter.
Good evening. Is this on? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay. Oh, that's right. This one is
Proximity
real sensitive.
microphones, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Good evening, trustees. On June 28th, I provided 3 PDF files via email to the Pasadena ISD superintendent obtained from the city of Pasadena via TPIA request, believing an employee was in violation of Texas Penal Code 3902, abuse of official capacity. A public servant commits this crime if they intentionally break a law relating to their job or misuse government property, services, or workers to get a benefit or harm to someone. In essence, I believe this employee to be stealing district time for personal and city use. On July 7th, I requested an update and was told it had been referred to the Human Resources Department. On August 2nd, I asked who at HR makes that decision and for their contact information so that I may request additional records from the city and provide them to the school district as needed until the evidence threshold for terminating the employee is met, as well as to understand exactly what that threshold is so as not to waste mine nor the district's time in retaining the services of someone who's believed to be engaging in misconduct. No response. August 23rd, I emailed the correct email address for addressing this board to address the topic of an employee stealing time for personal use and city use, and superintendent for not following up on the investigation nor providing a contact for HR to discuss how much evidence they required to make the decision to terminate. In August 25th, 11:39, this morning, I was called by the Deputy Superintendent of Human Resources stating that no wrongdoing had been found. I find it awfully coincidental that only after signing up to speak this evening that someone from the district reached out. I don't believe the matter has been thoroughly investigated. I don't believe the employee took that much time off. I don't believe this morning was an entirely truthful conversation, as it does not take 23 days to provide a contact currently not listed on the district website as of 3 p.m. today. I do believe this employee to be heavily involved in the Voices Who Matter page that has been slandering board members and the former superintendent. I know that employee has made statements about me I have taken offense to, which is why I'm motivated to see them held accountable. Any trustee that does not have a personal conflict of interest may reach out to me to review what I submitted to the district in June and should consider the possibility that the administration, for some reason, is not being truthful to them in this matter as well. I look forward to burying your HR department and additional PDFs to review until I deem this matter resolved. I advise the district to play nice and be truthful moving forward. Thank you, trustees.
Mr. Jeter, I would like to personally apologize to you that you did send me the email and I did not respond to you. So I do
Thank you, ma'am.
apologize for that. And so I just wanted to share with you that I did not forward that on to the HR department. It got lost in my email, so I want to apologize for that.
Thank you, Mr. Jeter. Which brings us to the adjournment of closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code sections.
Mr. President, I believe we have a policy update.
Good call. I tried. Policy update, Ms. Jody Kennemer, General Counsel. I tried.
We will try to move rather quickly.
Members.
Nick, do we have Jody's presentation? It's in the email.
There we go. That was it. It's right here on the desktop. Yeah. That's okay. Not that we're going to try to move through it as quickly as we can, so hopefully it won't take a whole lot of extra time.
Come on. It's
All
the
right,
first
so-
month of the new school year. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yep. Good evening. Hey, I get it, and I got it to him today, right? So all apologies for that as well. We are sometimes flying by the seats of our pants. Okay, so tonight we're going to go over TASB Localized Policy Update 127. You will note that or see that that is affecting about 48 of our legal frameworks at 10 of our local policies, a single exhibit this evening, and it is primarily driven through new state and federal laws and rules following this last legislative session in 2025. We've listed some of those specifically. Most of your local policy revisions, though, where you're really going to see the impact is House Bill 8, Senate Bill 12, Texas Administrative Code, and the United States Code to a certain extent, but some of those others will attach and touch on those legal policies that are in your printed material, or that are, sorry, in your electronic materials, not your printed. Your printed will focus on those 10 local policies. So again, you guys know, but for those, the benefit of those others that are here, this is how our policy manual is organized. It's sections A through G, and those are organized by topic. When we look at the policy update tonight, we've got out of those affected 61 policies or so, the heavy majority of those are focused in section D, which is our personnel section. The other sections they focus on are E, instruction, and F, students. And so moving right into those local policies, first we have BJCF, that's the superintendent non-renewal policy. What we're doing here is adding language and making the superintendent policy consistent with that applies to all of our other contract employees related to certain prohibitions from Senate Bill 12, and then just standard disability language that's in DFBB. We have CAA, which is our financial management goals and objectives and financial ethics policies. Really, this one only deals with cross-references that will reflect the changes to the DH policy series. DC is employment practices. Again, that's cross-references that are being updated, and then a specific removal of or designee. Again, we've seen TASB recommend that we take that away, and when it's randomly thrown in throughout our policy manual, because it's not necessary since there is that delegation already made in BJA local. And then we have DH, employee standards of conduct, where we again have the cross-references that are being updated. And then DH exhibit, this is going to be a big change. Not huge in content, but in where it's located. DH exhibit is the Educator Code of Ethics. It is straight from the Texas Administrative Code, and it has always been an exhibit to that DH series. TASB is moving it to DHA legal, right? It's one of the only exhibits, probably the only exhibit we have in our policy manual that is just a restatement of the Texas Administrative Code. And so it really is more appropriately placed as a legal framework rather than as an exhibit. And then the policy code section that is currently at DHA will move to DHF code, which is that's gifts and solicitations. DP is the policy that addresses personnel positions. It's being recommended for deletion, as the two types of positions that are really addressed in it are principals and counselors, and they're splitting those policies out for clarity and organizational purposes into DPA and DPB. So you'll have DPA will be your principal policy and DPB will be your counselor policy. Those changes that are flowing from those two policies are remaining pretty much almost identical to the policy language we originally had at DP, with some minor tweaks to DPA just to align us to the TASB standard without a lot of substance to that. They are adding one standard, and I believe that's the ability to interpret data. to the principal qualifications, which aligns with the job descriptions I believe we use. And then we went over DPB a little bit. And then EHBB is our special programs, gifted and talented students. The revisions here are going to be promoted and primarily in response to administrative or amendments to the Texas Administrative Code at Title 19, Section 89.1. And what we're going to see here is it's just going to incorporate some scoring prohibitions and GT selection for certain student attributes, right? So if you have selection criteria or selection matrix, there are certain things that we can't discriminate based on qualification for. And those are pretty standard, race, socioeconomics, all of that sort of fun stuff. And then FFF is, again, there's a citation error that's being updated here, and they're adding some margin notes for clarity, but substantively it will pretty much be fairly on point. Do we have any questions related to any of the policies that are in the local update? Questions, concerns?
Thank you.
Welcome. It's a team. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms.
Yep.
Cameron.
Diana goes through and helps create our little booklets for you guys and get us all organized. And then we get to, go through it through cabinet and everybody weighs in. So it's a big team effort.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, guys.
Now we come to adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.076. We will reconvene in open session at 7 p.m. Thank you. Okay, we're going to reconvene in open session at 7:25 p.m., which will bring us to our consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Personnel section. Consideration possible approval of administrative personnel.
Mr. President, I move that we.
Motion by Ms. Davila, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Do I hear any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead, Ms. Davila.
We have Fanny Yureli Garcia de Agüero.
There she is.
Congratulations. Do you have any friends or family?
You want to introduce them to us?
Nice. Congratulations. We're happy to have you here.
And trustee, that position that she's going to serve?
She's going to serve for the position of LSSP for Special Education Department.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations. Brings us to certified personnel for the 2026-2027 school year, information only, and support personnel for the 2026-2027 school year for information only. I want to thank you all again for the newly appointed team members. We're excited to have you as part of the district helping us achieve our goals. At this time, at this time, you are welcome to stay. You can feel free, or you can quietly sneak out for some photographs and meet out in the foyer. You don't have to stay. Thank you and congratulations again. We'll give you a few minutes. Okay, now to bring us to our educational section, we have a safety and action spotlight by Chief Bill McMahon and Derek Duckett, our Emergency Management Director and Chief of Police.
Good evening, Board. Mr. President, Dr. Lopez. Am I pulling this up? There we go.
Can we get his presentation on the screens, guys? There we go.
Yay. Good evening. I would like to, how am I doing this wrong? Yay. Thanks, buddy.
Y'all make a good team.
He helps me out quite a bit. I appreciate that. Thank you for tonight. It's my pleasure to present Board Spotlight for Pasadena ISD Police Department. I would like to point out that our mission statement for our department has been, since 2018, protecting our future. This is our branding logo for it, with the same scene that is going with our communications department, and we are trying to maintain that branding throughout any of the presentation that we have on our Facebook page. This year, to stay with the district's strategic plan, we are mission forward, and some of the reasons that we're doing that, mission forward is the every role, one mission. And some of the ways that we are doing that is, as I've presented in the past, adhering to the modern police strategies that were passed by the Metropolitan Police Department, Metropolitan Police Act of 1829. I'll get it out eventually. That is Sir Robert Peel's Principles of Policing. It was revamped by a man by the name of Charles Reith in 1948 and codified. This year, we also unveiled our new marking for our police units. If you are familiar with our old police units, they were heavy stripes down the side of it. This actually, I think, brands us a lot better, makes our vehicles very striking, and they're also less expensive. So that's a plus, so we're trying to be budget-minded with that. This year, with us being mission forward, we are building capacity within the district. I am very happy to say that our guardians are back this year, and I'm very proud of that. We have also began a very aggressive recruiting program. We have had great success with that. My team has worked on branding. I think they've also worked with the communication department with some of the branding that we've put out, and we've actually been out to our to the supporting academies around the area and provided this information. But mission forward is, for us, looks like building capacity and maintaining some integrity with our institutional knowledge that we have in-house. This is Tyler Meadows. He's the guy in the middle. The gentlemen to the left and to the right of him are part of my command staff. That is Captain Garza and Captain Lonnie Smith. And they were able to attend his graduation while I was at a board retreat. So I was very thankful that they were able to be there for him, and it just shows the camaraderie that we have within our department. Talking about capacity and longevity, these three gentlemen are part of my command staff. Captain Garza this year, this is actually a picture from last year, was his 33rd first day of school. So he currently is our longest serving police officer within the department, and like I said, he has a great deal of institutional knowledge for us, and we build on that consistently. To the right is Sergeant Portillo. Sergeant Portillo is a recent graduate of the FBI Trilogy Award, and that consists of 3 classes for leadership, command, and executive leadership. And we are very happy that he's done that, and that is something that is being required of all of our command staff. One of the things when I was appointed to this position was to make certain that when I vacated this position, that we had ample in-house people to do it, and I think that that is going to be built off education and based off continuing training. Speaking of education, last year, Sergeant Damon Saunier graduated from Lamar with his Master's in Science and Criminal Justice. So we are very proud of all of these gentlemen for this accomplishment. We are here to keep people safe. And when we say people, we mean children, we mean staff members, we mean administrators. We are here to keep everyone safe. And we are blessed to have this job. We are blessed to have the support of our board and our administrators, our district administrators, and I can't tell you how happy I am to work for this department and be a part of this legacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you. You're not going anywhere anytime soon, are you? Okay.
I think that's up to y'all.
No.
All right, good evening, Board, Dr. Lopez, community members. So my name is Derek Duckett. I'm the Director of Emergency Management. Last year, I had the opportunity to come here and speak to you all, and I kind of described some of the safety products and programs and procedures throughout the district. And while that's important to highlight, I felt like this year would be a good time to describe some of the ways that we are verified in what we say we do. So it's one thing for me to stand up here and tell you we do all these things, but I can also show you that there's outside agencies that are making sure that we're actually accomplishing those goals. And so for transparency and to build trust with our community, with the board, I think it's important to kind of go through some of these different ways that we're verified. So I'm going to go over 7 different ones with you. You can see here the education code that corresponds to each one of those. If you're having trouble sleeping tonight, you can delve into these and it'll put you right to sleep. But this is what we're following along, and these are the compliance requirements. And I'll just say right now, being compliant with the law is important, but it's not our goal. We want to exceed compliance. I know Dr. Lopez, I know our board doesn't want us just to meet the standard. We want to always exceed it. So while we check all these boxes, we try to find ways to go above and beyond, even though we have unfunded or underfunded mandates from the state. So the first one that I'll touch on is our district safety and security audit. This is a 3-year requirement. It requires me to go visit every one of our district facilities and do a full-scale audit of all their processes, their procedures, their physical safety, give them improvement tips, look for ways to guide them, because we constantly want to improve. And safety, we do a great job across the district, but we can always be better. So this is my way of going there and verifying that they're doing the things that they're supposed to do, and then I bring those findings to the board and then report those findings to the state. So the board's certifying that, and then also I have to send that to TEA for them to verify that we're doing what we're supposed to. The next one is the TEA District Vulnerability Assessment. So this was new in the 88th legislature. This is a 4-year requirement. They actually created a brand new department in TEA of school safety and security agents. These folks, when they come out, for a district our size, they have to send people from all over the state to come all of our campuses. Each time they come, they do 75% of our campuses and a full district review. So they go on site to 75% of our campuses. They're checking the hardware on every single door that it functions. They're checking for peepholes. They're checking for security screening. They're going through the drills of the campus. Every little thing that they can check on that campus, they're going to walk it from beginning to end to make sure that, one, we're putting the things in place that we're supposed to and the campus is compliant with the law. In addition, like I said, they go through all of our district policies and procedures that we put into place to make sure that our police training records are there, our behavioral threat assessment, every single thing the state says we're supposed to do, that we're actually doing it. We completed it in January of 25, so we won't do it again until 29. But I will just point out, multiple of the agents throughout the time here in our district pointed out they would be proud to send their kids or their grandkids to Pasadena ISD. So I think that's a testament to what our campuses are doing. The fun one for our campuses are intruder detection audits. This has been going on for about 4 years now. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this, the regional education service centers handle this. They have inspectors that will routinely, unannounced, show up to campuses and attempt to gain entry into a campus. So think of just someone, random person walking up and trying to break into a school. If they're successful, they just keep walking around the campus until someone stops them and realizes there's someone there that's not supposed to be there. If they're unsuccessful, which they have never been successful with that in Pasadena ISD, then they report to the front office, they meet with the principal, they review the weekly door check schedule that the campus is supposed to do, and then they will walk with the principal to every single exterior door on that campus and test it for functionality that locks and latches and opens and closes the way it's supposed to. Anything that they find in that inspection, it's called a finding. The campus has to come up with a corrective action and train the entire staff of that campus on ways to improve. The other thing that we do, which is above and beyond, like I said, we're not just compliant. Pasadena ISD takes it upon themselves to require a locked classroom policy. So it's not a state requirement. It's a thing that Pasadena ISD chose to do, because the biggest thing whenever you've had an active threat on a campus is they, one, found entry into the building, and then they found an open classroom door. So we don't want that to ever happen. So we require those classroom doors to be locked when students are present. Every district in Texas is required to have emergency operations plans. These address prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, reunification, recovery. Every potential hazard that a district can face, you're required to have a separate annex addressing that. So from active threat to severe weather to emergency communication, above and beyond cybersecurity, you come up with it, we have to have an annex for it that's annually reviewed and then has to be submitted to the state for approval. In addition to that, we have a safety and security committee, again, a requirement. Have to be a minimum of 3 times a year, once each semester, and once in the summer. And this committee is not just of district personnel telling us that we're doing a good job. Our board is present on some of that. We have community members, we have parents, we have classroom teachers, we've got campus personnel. So a collective community effort to make district improvements, recommendations for the board, and review some of the policies and procedures of things that we're doing. Also, we have Safe and Supported School program. Essentially, what most people would know this by is behavioral threat assessment teams. So every one of our campuses is required to have a behavioral threat assessment team. It's an early intervention technique. Someone might pose a risk, someone reports a threat. These teams get together, they evaluate it. Like I said, it's an early intervention to come up with a plan for that student or any affected students. Every one of these people on the team has to be trained, and I can say for Pasadena ISD, every one of our administrators is at minimum a basic level and multiple or advanced level behavior threat assessment. And finally, we have emergency response drills. Most people are familiar with these, but like I said, we don't want to just be compliant, we want to go a step further. So yes, this is the minimum requirements in the state of Texas of drills that the campus has to hold. But even next week, we're meeting with our campus administrators to go through, why do we do a drill? What are we testing? What went well? What didn't go well? Because we don't want just to check the box. We want our students to be competent, we want them to be confident, and we want them to be ready to respond in an emergency. So we're going to work with campuses to really test the procedures and how they're doing these drills so that our staff and students are really learning the purpose of these emergency response procedures. So as you can see, we do independent assessments through multiple agencies throughout the state, always annual oversight, and always room for improvement. So I'm proud of what we've done in 7 years of my time here, and I hope that we continue going upward. Any questions?
Any questions?
No,
Chief,
thank you, Derek.
Derek, thank y'all both. Your board is very proud of the work that you guys and your teams do. Just keep it up. We're super, super impressed. 64 campuses, nearly 42,000 students. Well done.
Thank you.
This brings us to our Summer Enrichment Camp Spotlight. There's been an amendment to it. Ms. Andrea Lynn, CET Coordinator over Summer Programs, is going to give this one.
Before she begins, Board, I would just like to point out that we have a little bit of training going on tonight, and we're very happy and glad about it. Nick is in the back training Daniel, and so just want to say we're grateful to both of you guys and what you do back there behind the scenes. So let's give them a round of applause, too.
Good evening, Board President, members of the board, and Dr. Lopez. Tonight, we spotlight summer enrichment programs that advance our district's mission forward by cultivating excellence, expanding opportunities, and creating meaningful experiences that help students discover their strengths and envision new futures. Throughout the past several years, thousands of our PISD students have had an opportunity to participate in our summer enrichment camps. In fact, they have become so popular that all camps reached capacity in under 30 minutes. Our summer programs directly advance all three district goals in 2026-27. First, every student gets to the next level. Growth is not optional, it is the expectation. CTE Career Exploration Camp, Robotics, GT Summer Camp, and SAT Prep accelerate learning, strengthen skills, and prepare students for their next academic and career steps. Second, we improve attendance. Every day matters. Every student matters. Summer programs keep students engaged, connected to school, and eager to return. When students find purpose and possibility in learning, they show up. Third, we increase enrollment by demonstrating that Pasadena ISD is the best choice for students. Our diverse, high-quality summer offerings show families that we provide pathways for every interest, goal, and learning need, whether a student is discovering career clusters for the first time or preparing for college. Through engaging programs and strong family and community partnerships, students stay connected to learning and are better prepared for their next steps. These experiences build confidence, strengthen academic skills, and encourage collaboration, They also help students see possibilities they may not have imagined. Summer enrichment invites students to ask, what am I capable of? Then provides the support, resources, and relationships to help them discover the answer. Our departments design camps that expand student opportunities by aligning experiences with student interests, future readiness, and equitable access. Educators collaborate across departments to create hands-on learning that is engaging, responsive, and intentionally built to open doors for every learner. This summer, more than 250 students participated in our CTE camps. Career Exploration Camp introduced grades 5 through 7 to audio-video production, engineering, health science, culinary arts, and skilled trades. Robotics camps engaged 3rd through 7th graders in design challenges that taught teamwork, testing, and innovation. These programs accelerate learning and help students discover new talents and interests. Advanced Academics also offered a full suite of enrichment experiences. Primary kindergarten through 2nd grade students explored African safari adventures. Elementary grades 3 through 4 students solved mysteries through inquiry and collaboration. And intermediate grades 5 through 7 students designed their own adventures, building creativity and problem-solving skills. While high school students strengthened reading, writing, and math through SAT prep, building confidence for their college planning. Across all programs, students return to school with stronger skills, greater confidence, and a clear understanding of what they can accomplish. Summer enrichment invests in the whole student, academically, personally, and professionally. As we look ahead, we will continue expanding opportunities for students to explore interests, develop skills, and imagine successful futures. Thank you, Board, for supporting excellence, opportunity, and experience. And to our educators, staff, families, and community partners for making these programs possible. Together, we are making summer a season of discovery, growth, and possibility, and proving that our Pasadena ISD is the best choice for every student. Thank you.
Well done. Any questions, anybody?
Great presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Consideration and possible approval of an amendment to extend the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with San Jacinto College regarding dual credit programs through August 1st, 2027.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, second by Ms. Davila. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of an interlocal agreement between Harris County Department of Education, Academic and Behavior School West Campus, and Pasadena Independent School District in the amount of $368,250. Motion by Mr. Kendrick, second by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the 2026-2027 interlocal agreement between the Pasadena Independent School District and Harris County Resources for Children and Adults to provide a youth service specialist for the summit at a cost of $45,469.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of the Kaboom Playground Community Partner Agreement contract, which requires an $8,500 contribution from Parks Elementary School.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Mr. Campos. Any discussion? Everybody said they motioned for this, so I picked.
Yeah,
Mr. Fernandez.
as far as Kaboom, when was our last Kaboom playground? Was it Genoa? Yeah.
Is that correct, Amber? Okay, Genoa.
How long ago was that? 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
2 years ago. Candace is holding up two fingers, so we're going to take her word for it
Yeah.
for 2 years ago.
These are great partnerships with Sparks and with Kaboom. Way to go. Thank you, guys.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval for fifth grade fine arts students to travel to the Hobby Center in Houston to experience live theater, dance, and music by Houston-based artists. Motion by Mr. Kendrick. Second by Ms. Davila, or was it Ms. Sullivan? Ms. Sullivan, okay. Any discussion?
This is for every fifth grader in our district.
That is what we've done in the past. If the campus chooses to partake in the field trip, they have a spot for each one.
That's fantastic.
It's a great partnership with ExxonMobil to give our kids this experience.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to the policy section. Consideration possible approval and adoption of TASB Localized Policy Update 127, affecting the local policies designated on the attached instruction sheet.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Mr. Campos. I had to think about that one for a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Financial section, consideration possible approval of budget amendments for July of 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of designation of investment officers.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Campos,
Second.
second by Mr. Fernandez. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our operations section. Consideration possible approval of final electrical service easements for the 2022 bond new Jessup Elementary School replacement project in the amount of $1.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Mr. Campos. Or Ms. Sullivan. Oh, Ms. Davila, I'm going roll call. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of final electrical service easements for the 2022 bond New Parks Elementary School replacement project in the amount of $1.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of change order number 002 for the 2022 bond New Parks Elementary School replacement project in the amount of $35,000.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Campos, second by Ms. Davila. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization, AEA number 004, for the 2022 bond CTE Culinary Arts High School project at Sam Rayburn High School, South Houston High School, Pasadena Memorial High School, and Dobie High School in the credit amount of $20,869.82. So, motion by Mr. Kendrick.
Second.
Second by Mr. Campos. Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We will take that credit amount. Consideration possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization, AEA number 010R, for the Pasadena ISD softball complex project in the credit amount of $13,256.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez, second by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion? Where are we at, Kevin, on timeline? Good? Awesome. Any other discussion? January.
January 18th is when we're shooting for.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
That was pretty precise.
He was ready.
We're hanging on to it. No rain, no rain.
Yeah. All right. Any other discussion?
I'm just kidding. If there's no rain, I'm sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Did you have Ms. Sullivan?
I was just going to say, maybe it's too hot for them to work.
Yeah, that it
That
is.
is hot.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization, AEA number 34, for the 2022 bond New Jessup Elementary School Replacement Project in the amount of $116,623. Motion by Mr. Kendrick, second by Ms. Sullivan. Any discussion?
So I just have a quick question. So this was the one that the city of Houston required that we make changes? Yes, I see some nodding. Okay. So the changes were an additional expense that we did not originally anticipate.
Yes, these are additional. This is actually related to a temporary HVAC system to stay on schedule to get the building open on time. So that was, it was a 3-month, could have been a 3-month delay, but we continue with this temporary system to stay on schedule.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other discussion?
I have a question.
Ms. Sullivan?
Kevin, do the architects not know the requirements that are going to be required in this when they draw the plans?
They do, and it was designed per code. The city just had a change in interpretation. The inspection department actually approved it, and then when it went through the fire department, they rejected it. So he had a different idea on how the design should be, so it kind of we had to go through and basically start over, resubmit the plans to engineering, and go through the permitting process again. So,
Does the fire department usually look at these
they do.
specifications?
Mm-hmm.
In just Houston or in the other areas?
No, they all do.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
At $116,623 to us.
Correct.
Unfunded and underfunded, and then we get this.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of antenna site lease agreement with Diamond Towers V LLC for the existing monopole tower located at 9100 Blackhawk Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77075.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, second by Mr. Campos. Discussion.
Is this specifically for this property? So if there are any additional properties that we make an agreement, then we'll go through this process again.
That is correct, yes, ma'am. So this is for the specific site at Bush Elementary.
Where is this going to be located?
It's an existing structure. I'll let Dr. McCullough expand a little bit on that.
It's located on the north side of Bush and an existing structure that already is there.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to the miscellaneous section. We're going to set the date for the next regular meeting on Tuesday, September 29th, 2026. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fernandez.
Second.
Second by Ms. Gonzalez.
Pardon me, Mr. President, would
Yes,
you
sir.
clarify?
It's a 22nd.
We're trying to make sure that it's,
Yeah.
is it the 29th or the 22nd is the?
22nd.
Mr. President, actually, the recommendation is going to be the 22nd of September to the
Yes, sir.
board.
Set the date for the next regular meeting on September 22nd, 2026. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Mr. Fernandez. Second by Ms. Gonzalez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We stand adjourned at 7:58 PM. Thank you, everybody.